Hi, welcome back to the next part of our tutorial to build an e-bike. Today we will make this motor here. So we start. We start with a Bezier curve. So we plug it here, add Bezier curve, rotate x 90 degrees, scale down, a little bit back. It shouldn't turn the direction. That is bad for the direction it flows later. So we place it there, then we go here near to this point here, grab this one and bring it in float. That floats, that here not, so we bring that to the float too. It doesn't is enough, so bring it more than it fits. Good. Then extrude here again to that point and the same, bring it in float. Middle point E to extrude, grabbing. Here we must go near. It can't be longer than the other one, then you can't get that correctly. Extrude to the end of the roundness, grabbing, positioning. So extrude to that point. We don't see what is behind this, so we must make our own. So first we bring that to position. And bring them here roundness in. So I think it flows so and then so. So we extrude it here to this point and grab it to that point, and then we can take maybe directly, we have to close, and then we have that here. That should be our first part, that is this thing, and here comes another thing in, so we need to do that separate. So at first we want to make it a little bit rounder, so we see here is edgy, so that's why that is too short here, so we must make them a little bit more float. Here's the same. We must go here a little bit and stretch it, and it goes better. Here is some else. That is because this float isn't at the right point. And then we have that. That is nearly good. I will let that like it is. So I make a copy with Shift D. And now I will make this special part there. Here that comes out then. So we have to delete some segments of that. So we click that X, and then we can delete words or segments. So we delete here words, and here too. And this shouldn't be a new, so you can disable that normally. I must look where this is. The U cycling. Okay, forget it, we'll make it new. So we make this whole shit here. X, delete, and make it new. I hate it every time. No, this time I will make it not so. So here is the U closing. That we open, so now it's open. So now we delete here the birds, and this we bring a little bit near, because here is now our end point. Get here a little bit near. Then we have to go here around, so we extrude it to that point. And get here this round stuff, then extrude it to the middle point, where we tweak that to round stuff too. Then we extrude it to the upper part. So first we go to that point and bring the circle to its end, and then we go out of the circle to this thing there. So with F we close that. Nope, we go back. So we make a step between. We go there and make there a better float. Then we close with F. Yeah, that is what I would. Bring it to the side too, to see how the float real is. It's perfectly good. So we have this both. We make Shift D, a copy of both. Then with Alt C we make a convert as a mesh. Here the same. Now it is a mesh. That is our back part of the motor. So we extrude it simply and close it with F. Here at the front we close it with F2. That is simply the back part. And that so we go on. We take here this one and extrude scale it. Position them a little. Bring them to the Y. So we got that. We close it with F. We give them a very little bevel. Control B. And that is enough. Okay, we done that too. That we can move to the fifth layer or fourth layer. Good. So we done that here. That comes later, the writing and the other shit there. There's a normal that we made there. So we can make this here. So add mesh cube, scale down, scale X. Then this part here must be smaller than the other one. So we bring it in front. Take here disable proportional, go here to the back part, scale it down. So we got that. Then we need here a roundness in and the bevel on each edge. But before we do that, we make here 5 new in loops. Then we take proportional editing connected. Then we get here the middle point, and with background selection, that's important, grab X, and now by rolling the mouse we can control how round it should be, and it's not much. You see that in the reference how much we need. So I think that can be good. Good. We have that. Now it goes here straight out. So I disable proportional, get here this complete line and extrude them and bring them a little bit to the side. So we get that effect that we have there. Sure, we can make it a little bit smaller, and if you want here too, then we have more that good looking effect. Good. So we have done that. We want to bevel here these lines, and not only them, this here too, that, and that back one, this, okay. Control B and roll them on the mouse, and we have it. That should be this guy here. So we can give them a smoother, and we have what we want. we can now give them a black metal, but it isn't real glossy, so it is a black steel. Black steel rough. So we take here principal shader, we take here black, we take here on roughness. It isn't metallic, so it must be 1. And then we take here roughness that is high. There, you see it, it fits more and more like that, and a little bit more roughness, I think. Yeah, that can be good. Okay, so we have done that. Bring it to the side. We go on with that here, so we add mesh cylinder. We scale down and rotate X 90 degrees. Scale down. Now we have that. A little bit greater. Then we look how deep it is. It's too deep, so scale in the Y a little. Good. That. Then we delete what we don't need. So we make Shift D a copy of that. Then we go in there, edit mode, word selection, background selection. We take this whole line, go straight down to that point maybe, and delete them. So we only have that left. From here we go now and bring that here to the top, extrude, bring out. Extrude, bring to the side. Extrude, bring down. Now we need a connection from there to the endpoint of this one, so we can go here with the whole face a little bit more to the left, and then we can connect them. So with edge selection, this edge, def, we close, and we need a little bevel in there, so we give there a Control R, loop in, and bring them here to the side, and with Control B we can now bevel there, and then we have that. So we close the back part with F, we close the front part with F. We have this here. We make a copy with Shift D, bring that to the side. You see what here is wrong is that here comes a little bit more into, so we can give here a loop in and bring them a little bit to the side. That gives more this round look effect. We can get there more too, and give them here a little bit more, and on the top a little. So we have that. That here can be all in all longer, so we can mark them all by selecting and scale set and bring it up. Then we have more this effect there. That's okay. Now we have to, you see that it's not complete, so we make there 2 loops in, and we want to bevel each edge there. So when we get them all here, then Control B and bevel this edge, and with the back part also Control B, move the mouse, roll the middle mouse button, done. Then 2 loops in, and we scale that in the Y. Then we delete what we don't need, and what we don't need is here the middle part. You see it here, that goes up to that point. So we delete here edge selection that here, the whole other things there, the edges to this point, and then X delete edges, and now we have an open object. So we have this object that we wanted, but we need to make the hole in, so we get that, and that is not fine for me, so we can take that here and grab that in the X, but with proportional we need connected, grab X, then we can get there. Better leaning, yeah, that's fine. So Shift D, make a copy of that, then we make that hole in, so we need here again a cylinder, so we take that cylinder, Shift D, make a copy, scale down, yeah, a little bit greater, then we will cut that in two, so it must be brighter than the other one, so scale Y, and it comes true. It should be here, so file, save for first, then we have changed that size, so object, apply, rotation scale, set origin to geometry, same here, object, apply, rotation scale, set the origin to geometry. So we want to cut this thing into this, so the name is cylinder 39, so we take here modifier, cylinder 39, and it should be not intersect, it should be difference, and we apply that, and then we have a hole in there. So this hole, sure, we must close, so we get this ring and get here an extrude and bring it in. Oh, moment, one back, we must disable proportional. Now we can bring it into, we can disable the behind, extrude scale a little, extrude and bring it out again, and I think then we can make it completely closed, so F, and then we have this effect here. We can bevel the edges if you want, so Control B and little bevel on it. We can do it here too, but be careful, there are two, so that is not every time so easy, but it's equal. So we give a smooth on it, we use some edge split on it, and then we nearly have it. We need no smooth here on the front, so we take there on flat, and then that looks good. It needs the self black that we built it there, so we give them here material, we give them the black metal rough wrap, yeah, here, black steel rough, so we call it, and then we get there the silver line therein, so we get here silver rough, and then we mark here the middle one, Control plus to give them more, and then rest the silver rough and assign that, and then we have done that. So we can bring this all here to the fourth layer, so move with M and click on 4, then it will be plugged there if the computer not crash, but I hope so. Good. Then we have that, and you see it don't completely fit, so we must handle that here a little. We scale it first, and then we need here more loops in, so we get a set there, Then we give here more loops in, that in each one is more, so Control R, make their loop in all these sections. Good. Then we have to get this whole front line. So here with work selection, we take here this line and this line. So we have that, but we don't want the rest there, so we disable that. We only want that, the front. And there we can take then smooth and vertex smooth, and then it should be rounder and rounder and rounder as high we use them. But I see here we haven't all, we need this here too, and on the other side that here too. Okay, now we try it again. Vertex smooth, and you see it gets rounder. And when we now get the whole front and rotate them a little, you will see it tweaks more and more to the perfection there. We can now take here and with connecting proportional editing, grabbing in the X and bring there the same distance in each. So we have that, and that nearly fits. So we look here, and for me that looks good. We go to top view, bring it to the other one and scale that in the Y a little. So we have that thing done. So we can bring it to the side, join it together as one, and that is done. That here has the same color as the bike have, so we give them the color there, but here we haven't beveled, so we should do that. Control B and bevel them. That looks better. On the other side too, maybe we see that later from the other side, so it's better to have there a bevel too. So Control B, roll the mouse, done. Good. We give them here this bike basic color. That is this metal rough glossy mix there. We take it there, and on the other one too. So mix, where is it? Here, glossy rough mix. That is it. And then they later come over the other, and here comes this pedal there on. Good. We put it there. Good. We can take this both and bring them to side two. Scale a little up that we see where we put it in. Good. That thing we don't make. I've seen other ones that is enough, so we delete that. We have done that and that, so we need only to see how it later the thing she flows. That we have here, so X we can delete that. That we must build. The next one is then build that here and this guy there. And here we need to make this roughness on. That all we make in the next part of our tutorial, so see you in the next. Bye.